Alright, Shalom. Let me go back into what I was going into. Hold on. Actually, hold on. I was getting into going into I have said in your law that ye have I not said in your law. Does it not say in your law? Real. Does it not say in your law that ye are gods? I was going into that. How it links up to Yasharallah. The Strongs will say Israel, but it's Yasharallah. It is Israel, Yasharallah. The Princes of Power was going into that. And hold on. Let me get even this right here. Luke 3 and 38, man. Show you something. Who Adam was the son of. Luke 3 and 38. This is the genealogy of Yahushua, according to the house of his fathers. Luke 3 and 38, which, pursuing back to Numbers 18, right? It goes by the house of your fathers. But, yeah, tracing it all the way back to Adam, right? Luke 3 and 38, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of who? Power, Yahweh. The son of Power, Yahweh. There you go. So, therefore, the sons of the power would be Adam, and it would go through Seth. You have to remember Seth, because Seth was the replacement for Abel, right? It would have been Abel, but Seth was the replacement for Abel. He was murdered by Cain. The seed of the wicked, Cain, came out of him, which was the son. Okay, so Adam, which was the son of Seth. Okay, Adam, which was the son of Power, Yahweh. And so, because he was that first spirit created, and also, Adam, the man Adam and his descendants. You had Adam, the man, that was given that living, turned into a living soul, right? Given that breath of life. But you can go into it. The commandment, when you go into it, it's these laws, statutes, and commandments. When you really go into that Genesis chapter 1 creation story. The beginning of everything, the Genesis. When you really go into it, because we had them show that, and also other verses show we had them laws, statutes, and commandments from the beginning. But during the time of Moses is when it was written down. But anyways, which is why Noah knew what animals to sacrifice. I mean, well, that, and also, well, knew how to separate unclean from clean. How do you know? The law, statutes, and commandments. But anyways, yeah, the line of Adam through Seth, Enos, Canaan, Malaleel, Canaan, like Cainan, Malaleel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, and on down, right? Arphaxad, Canaan, Selah, Hebrew, which is where you get Hebrew from. Really, it's not Hebrew, it's English. Anglicized version of that. Well, from Greek to English, so really it's Ibar. And the Hebrew language is called Abaryath. Abaryath, Hebrews are Abaryam. Which is, by the way, when you trace Iberia back, this is where you get it from. That name. But, because a lot of our people was scattered to that part of the world. But, hold on. Which is also Tarshish. Which was called Tarshish. That's another subject with Solomon, Hiram, and their ships. So our people was getting over there. But, which is why Jonah wanted to go over there. Why not some other land? But anyways, Hebrew, right? It's where you get Hebrews from. Hebrew, they're the descendants. A Hebrew is literally the descendants of Hebrew, or Ibar. Really, Ibar. Which is the son, and then tracing it through Phaleg, Regal, so forth, all the way to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. And that's where that blessing stopped. At Jacob. That's like it didn't it stopped at Jacob's descendants. Shown by Romans 9. And 10. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by her father Isaac, verse 11, for the children being not yet born, having done any good or evil, that the purpose of power Yahweh, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So there you go. Alright, but yeah, went to Jacob's descendants. But anyways, hold on. But anyways, yeah, it's showing you. Hey Jacob, the sons of the power, man. You know, a precept to these other scriptures. And I've said in your, does it not say in your law? Get the exact wording. Does it not say in your law that ye are God's really powers, right? Alahayim. You know, adding on to this subject. And then, hold on. Then we gonna be raised from that low state again. From that low state, the elect is gonna be raised from that lowest state. Zechariah chapter 8, verse hold on. Verse 8. In that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as powers, as the angel of Yahweh before them. Verse 9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And so, when right there, and the house of David shall be as powers, really as powers, because when you look into this word right here, in Zechariah 12 and 8, right? Hold on. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Allah will be like powers, be like Allahayim. You know, we're gonna be given be like divine ones, superhuman beings, including power Yahweh, and angels. Yup. Definition 1B. Just going into it more. Angels. There you go. As rulers also. Now, hold up though. And hold up though. Let me get Well, which is we're gonna be made like angels, right? Powers, says gods, Alahayim, right? Isaiah 59 and 19, KJV. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them. Really? Yeah. And then Jacob said Yahweh, when the elect, Yahweh Tazawi roll up, right? The name of the Lord is as a strong tower. God brothers transform it like Shazam and shit, man. Going Super Saiyan mode. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. That strong tower. That standard. Being as angels. As powers. Because we are powers. Sons of the Most High. Which, hold up. Colossians. Oh yeah. Showing what powers are, and then Ephesians. Colossians, which is, I think that's how, the apostles, got to, sort of broke it down, so they got, and brought that out, saw how they got there, probably, kind of how they got there as well. This was one way. Let me get Colossians 1 and 15, 13, who hath delivered us, verse 12, giving thanks unto the Father. The points, I'm going to read all the way down to the point. Giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints, sanctified ones, in light, set apart ones, right? Verse 13, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness, and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son. Verse 14, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Verse 15, who is the image of the invisible power, Yahweh, the firstborn of every creature. Verse 16, for by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. Verse 17, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Powers, right? And it's different levels. And let me get that Greek word there. Colossians 1 and 16. Hold on. Colossians 1:16. Get that in the Greek. For by him all things were created, both in the heavens, visible and invisible, whether it be thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, or different powers. Yeah. It says powers in the KJV. That is actually the NASB, which is very similar to the KJV, but not exactly. Powers would be the last word there. From existe, power to act, authority, authority, charge, control, domain, dominion, jurisdiction, liberty, power, powers, right? Okay. Hold on. Yo. From existe in the sense of ability. Privilege, force, capacity, competence shall be his powers, right? Shall be his God's potential and yeah. And also you get the power itself is a title. And then you also get I'm also gonna get this right here. let me get this right here. Farm. Okay. Against powers, because you have them on the left and right hand side. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Which you get Ephesians 6:12. KJV lexicon. Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, the powers, exousia. Okay, so same word there. It's the world forces of this darkness. Cosmocrator. Kratos, that mean power. Like, let me get competency, freedom, or objectively, mastery, delegated influence, authority, jurisdiction, liberty, power, right, strength. Same word there. Against the rulers. Because, you have them on the left hand and on the right. You have to connect it to Corinthians. This was all, it was all created. All was created. Everything was created. Everything was created by Yahweh Shai. Was created by the Most High Yahweh. And then something else. Oh yeah, verse 17 of Colossians 1:17. And he is before all things, by him all things consist. Verse 18, and he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. Verse 19, for it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell. But hold up. Let me, hold up. Something else, right? Connected. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, when you take this right here, right? It says in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Well, let's look in the Hebrew. Genesis 1:1. Look, get that in the Hebrew. I'm gonna get that in the Hebrew. Genesis 1:1, KJV. Get that lexicon, man. Get that lexicon. Show y'all some. In the beginning, what does it say? The beginning, powers, Elohim. It say Elohim, but it's really Elohim. Created the heavens and the earth. And Yasharallah is a prince. The prince is a prince of power, right? Or powers. Or the powers. So when you look at it, it was both the angels that, they're up there right now. The angels that fell from their first estate. Their first estate is being angels, being powers. To, being under them curses. And so at our first estate was Elohim. This is what Esau does today, When the serpent, Esau, he was Esau. That was Esau before he was called Esau. That's the same spirit that was in the serpent. He's also, and he's called Satan because he's our top adversary. But let me get, what he said, right? People will be like, well, look. But you have to remember basically what he did. Let me get it. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, any more subtle, subtlety, right? More subtle than any beast of the field, which Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, yet hath power said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Verse 2, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Verse 3, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, power Yahweh has said. It says powers has said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Where it says God is either power or powers. Verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Verse 5, verse 5, for which Genesis 3:5. Because also this, the prophets, and the angels. What prophets are angels? Prophets are angels because angel means messenger. So prophets are angels. Genesis 3:5. KJV. Lexicon. Yo, the word there, they're gonna say it's Elohim, but it's Elohim. Elohim, same word. Allahayim, for Allahayim. So, hey, even back then, Allahayim was the ones that was sent to give Adam, who was Allahayim as well, telling them basically like, yeah, law, statutes, and commandments, the instructions. When you look back at it, because contrary to what was taught, by these so-called churches, which don't know none. They know very few about the scriptures, very few things about the scriptures, and they teach even less than that. They're not teaching you the truth, because that's basically that's Esau's plantation Christianity. Why would Esau teach you the whole truth? Yeah, why would the devil, the deceiver, the false accuser, teach you the whole truth when he's the father of lies? So, anyways, yeah, there was people, you have to look at it. Adam, the man Adam, you had the man Adam, and the woman Eve, who was deceived. Well, the woman Eve deceived Adam, and the woman was deceived by the serpent. The woman herself. Well, Adam just listens to his woman. That's what happened, and it's all right, She did her thing, right? And then the woman was deceived herself by the serpent. The serpent begot her, right? But anyways, going into it, right? The creation. And I believe I've gone into this before. Let's get a little deeper right here. But anyways, hold on. These days, right? 6 days where the world was created, and 7th day, basically nothing else was created. He rested, right? Well, yeah, you get what I'm saying. Right here. Genesis 1 and Genesis 1 and 26, and power power said, because then you look, let us the air and over the cattle and over all the earth and over every creeping thing that creepeth on the earth. Verse 27, so power has created man. Really, it was all the Most High Yahweh's design, bro. Hold on. power, wait, hold on. In his own image, so in his own image. Hold on. He created mankind in Yahweh's image, Most High Yahweh's image. Well, yeah, ultimately, yeah. He created in the image of, it says God, where there is Elohim. He created him. Clears up that confusion, because it'll say he, us, which is being translated into English, so it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna, and it sounds a little off. You translate it literally. But also, you want that full breakdown. Hey, GMS elders, the basics. Elders, the milk. It is the basics. They'll break it down better. GMS elders quick hits. GMS, also GMS Army 144 different channels you can check out. They break it down better. But let me I do what I can. They're more experienced. Where I get this from, where I got this knowledge from. But let me get hold on. But anyways, yeah, this devil was like, and the serpent said unto the woman, of course told Eve this, ye shall not surely die. Verse 5, for power doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, that your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as powers, knowing good and evil. Which we was already, but we ain't know good. We didn't know both sides of it. And basically, yeah, our people was deceived, through Eve, right? Being deceived. That, to go off, be subject to vanity. Let me get that. That was the first falling away. right there. That fruit, philosophies is what it is. Because Genesis 1:29, behold, and power said, behold, I have given you every herb. Really, they're angels, right? The messengers. It's a message from the Most High Yahweh. So I'm going to just read it like that. And power Yahweh said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed to you, it shall be for meat. So that fruit was also not a fruit. It was a philosophy. And the tree, men are as trees. Let me get it. It's different places where, like, nations of people is compared to plants or trees or vines. That's all over the scriptures. So, planted, let me get this. You a noble vine. A noble vine. Israel being compared to a vine. An example, right? It's allegorical. Jeremiah 2:4. Yet I planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Well, it's like basically that, and that's about our falling away too. That as well. That's the spirit. I meant to get it to prove that, nations of people is compared to, plants, vines, and even trees, olive tree, right? Yasharallah is compared to olive trees. Even these other nations. Wheat versus tares, right? Those are plants. People being compared to plants. The tares being the seed of the wicked one, Esau. First physically or carnally, and then spiritually. And the wheat being the seed of the righteous, first physically, then spiritually. Physically, like literal Israelites, and spiritually, well, they're the elect, man. When we go out there, well, they're the basically, yeah, they're the elect. They're the elect. They're still out there, They're still out there. It's talking about them. Wheat versus tares, man. But yeah, wheat and tares, right? The point. Two types of plants. chapter 29. What? Hold on. Thus brought a vine out of Egypt. Psalms 88, verse 8. So it's all over, man. Pleasant plants all over. I'm trying to find that one. Oh, fig tree. Wait, no. Dead food tripping on that last part. Because, yeah, consider the sources. Right? Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Alright, anyways. Come on. Nah. Because he tries to say that the ish are the real ones when they're not. They don't fit the prophecies. But anyways, olive tree, right? There you go. Like, this is from a so-called Christian perspective. The olive tree is Jake, basically. Oh, yeah. Jake is compared to trees, yo. And also vines and shit. Alright, so what? But also, the wicked. The vine, but like a different type, No, I like Jake, different type. Like Yasharala. Alright, but let me get. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna show that. Deuteronomy 32, verse 32. For their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, taste like shit. Their clusters are bitter. Verse 33. Their wine, you get it from grapes, right? Is the poison of dragons and the cruel venom of asps. Their wine is poisonous, basically. Their wine is poisonous. So the wine that comes from their fruit that they produce, the fruit that these devils produce, the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the fruit that the serpent, the Nakash, he was a warlock. And he was pushing on Eve, and then Eve took it. Eve bought into it, hook, line, and sinker, and gave it to Adam. Told Adam, and Adam listened to Eve. Philosophies, because what is the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Showing you it was talking about different families, man. Also, these different, the nations is compared to wild beasts, right? And the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Verse 1, Genesis chapter 3, whom Yahweh power had made, and he said unto the woman, because it says Lord in all caps there. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath power said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. See, so, and the serpent, their word there is nakash, which really goes into a warlock, a witch, an enchanter. So what would be the fruit of an enchanter? What does an enchanter do? What does a witch do? What does a warlock do? Exactly. Enchantments. Genesis 3:1. The fuck? Hold on. Genesis 3:1. Yeah. Now the serpent. Yeah, that word there, nakash. Serpents. But read on down. As a crafty tempter. From Nakash, the snake. See Hebrew Nakash. Click on it. Click on Nakash to practice divination. Interesting. Observe signs. Divination to this omen. Used divination. Observe a primitive root properly to hiss, i.e. whisper, a magic spell, generally by experience, indeed diligently observe. Because he basically, this devil, man, like, he was plotting, and he was more subtle than any beast of the field. And basically he told Eve what she wanted to hear. Saw that the woman, she's the weaker vessel. I'm gonna go talk to the woman instead, and she's gonna talk to the man. And that's what always fucking happens with these agendas that these devils push. They always use Eve. But anyways, why did I go into this? Anyways, that basically that lie that the serpent spit, was had some elements of truth. You shall be as powers known in good and evil, because we would know both sides, but it would cause us to die when the serpent said, ye shall not surely die. And it did cause us to die. Transgression of the law, statutes, and commandments. Left hand side, philosophies that justify it. All that shit, man. That's a part of that fruit. And what did this devil, what was this devil called, man? Well, in this family of people, man, that tree, that vine, right? Get the analogy. You know, you got families called get called family trees in you know, the world, you know, showing you even today, you know, families get compared to that. Nations ain't no more than huge families. And I showed other places where Israelites and even the wicked is compared to plants, and Israel's compared to trees. Israel's compared to trees. It's all the same concept there. Then, you know, you go into what the fruits are. You shall know them by their fruits. Well, let me get this. You shall know, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And in verse 1, hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. So let me get back to Genesis chapter 3. So anyways, let me get this. You know, subject to vanities. Subject to vanity. For the creature was subject to vanity. Romans 8, verse 20. For the creature was made subject. Who the sons of the power Yahweh? Who is the sons of power Yahweh? Who are the children of the Most High? Who are the sons of power Yasharallah? Alright. Hold on. Yeah. Nigga referred to. Never mind. Yeah. Mark 16 and 15. And he said unto them, Go ye into the world and preach the gospel to every creature, you know. So it's talking about. So basically, you see, you know, we're also referred to as creature, living creature as well, you know, to be exact. Hold on. Romans. Who is invisible? Yeah, Colossians, even right here. 1 and 15, who is the image of the invisible power, Yahweh, the firstborn of every creature. Galatians 6 and 15. For in Hamashiach Yahweh neither circumcision availeth anything nor uncircumcision, but a new creature. Basically talking about you gotta be circumcised, you know. You know, the heart really your head. Really, not just down there, but you see called creatures. But anyways, why I bring that out is because so we was subject unto vanity. But yeah, not willingly, had to play out. The script had to play out. But alright, anyways. Yeah, you know, this live was about, hold on, yo. What else? We shall be changed. You know, linking up to the verse in Zechariah 12 and 8 and Isaiah 59 and 15. You know, also linking up with that. 1 Corinthians 15 and 52. Because also this, you know,